Hi. Hello. Hopefully everything is set up fine. Oh god. It's been a hot minute. It's been a while. Hi. Finally those appeared. Jeez. I have no excuse. I do not have a good excuse. But look, I have some nice new overlays that I made. Yeah, new interface. I still have to make some like more tracking. I mean, it's the same tracking, just with a better model. Like I have so much range. Holy shit. The mouth still has some kinks to be worked out. It struggles a little bit. It's a bit weird. But hopefully it's fine. I have a new interface for gaming. But I mean, first of all, look how nice this is. It has been a while. This is, according to Twitch, been 2 months. My bad. I don't have a good excuse. I just kind of didn't want to for a bit. Just for a little while, I just didn't want to stream. I'm still kind of iffy. I don't know, I've been really burnt out. I have not had a good year. I've had a bad year. So I just wasn't feeling it. But I'm back, I'm alive. I was gonna play a game, and then I couldn't figure out what game I wanted to play because I feel like it's been way too long to get back into most of the games I already started. So I nearly played Dishonored, but I was like, I don't remember the controls. I feel like that's gonna be really embarrassing. I'll get back to it one day, I guess. So I just decided, hey, I have this one animation that I started working on a while ago, and I haven't finished, because in between it takes a while. So I figured I'd do a bit of it on stream, because I'm wanting to sort of pivot a bit more towards art a little bit. A cat impression? You want me to do a cat impression? Okay. Let's see if I can still do this. I unfortunately don't have cat ears for this model. I do have some sketches for alternate outfits planned, but I haven't started making any of them yet, so it's just this for now. So you can get used to Nabi V5 in the first place before I go diving in head first. Dead on impression? Thank you. I'm very good at impersonating a cat for I don't know why. I just can. Anyway, there we go. Look how nice this is. Look how nice. I did try to get this screen a little higher res, but it wasn't having it. So it's slightly blurry, I feel like, and I do not remember the most comfortable position to actually do this because I'm not using like a normal screen tablet. I'm using like a tablet, like a Samsung tablet with screen sharing. So if it goes blurry, tell me, because it does that sometimes. But as you can see, I have quite a bit of this done already. I don't know how many fucking frames that is. I have no idea. It's a lot. It is quite a bit. It's a chonker. Because it's lip synced. It's big lip sync. Hopefully, I don't know if you can hear this audio actually. I have no idea. I don't know if audio tracks through the thing. Actually, I have no idea. I actually have no clue. Does it? I don't know. It's a Vine though. Oh. Oh no.
Eyes of God?
Oh god, okay. Okay, it does track through the thing, but it's kind of weird about it. Oh no.
But are you verified?
Okay, let's Just let it figure itself out real quick. Oh dear.
You
Oh no. Okay. Oh god. What is going on? Oh no. Oh no. I still don't fully know how to get this working how it's supposed to.
Sure.
It does not like
Are you
that.
verified in the
It really does not like that. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Are you verified?
Okay, right. Let's not do that then. That's not great. Okay, we'll just not do that. Let's just not. That's horrifying, actually. Okay. I don't remember where I was with in-betweening this, because I tend to go for the biggest in-betweens first. I do not remember where that was. So let me just figure that out real quick. 81. 89. It's 89. 93 is a keyframe. That one. 107. 113. 117. 119. Okay, I've done all the big in-betweens. Okay. I think anyway. Hopefully. So you've got smaller ones now. You'll see on the side with my timing charts, I've already got all of the sounds, so it should be fine. It should be fine even without audio. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. I don't know, I'm not super great at lip syncing at the best of times, so we're going with it. But yeah. Oh, I should probably enable that, huh? That would help. It would help to know what we're doing. So we're continuing with an S sound is what we're doing. Presumably. Yeah. So this character here is my D&D character. What size was I even using? I think I was using a 12? Size 12? I don't know. It's been a while. I haven't touched this in a couple of months. It's been a little bit. It's a lot. And it's still kind of weird about the thing. It's still kind of... Okay, hopefully that's refreshed it. The way I am recording this footage is not the most perfect, one might say. It is heavily flawed. But you know, I've also forgotten how to stream, so bear with me for a bit. And why is that still... It just doesn't like it. It really doesn't like it. Oh dear. Can we refresh a bit? I did try to turn it higher resolution, so that might be why. It might just be like, too much. It might just be a little too much. Quite possibly. But you know, whatever works, I guess. Or doesn't work. That too. Hold on. Let me fix this. It's just nice to see me again. Thank you. I swear I'm alive. I may have gone to the grocery store to get milk and not come back, but I'm here now. Hold on, let me hide this for a moment. And so I can fix the resolution without being weird about it. Okay. Hopefully. This will break glass. Let's hope. Let's cross our fingers. There's a lot of settings that I don't remember how to work. But I am planning on coming back to streaming fully in July because art fight, and I'm gonna be hard pivoting to art content. At least for now. I want to focus more on streaming art. Even though my hands are injured, which is a bit of a downer, but you know, it's fine. I just gotta be careful about it. I've been wearing compression gloves all day because everything hurts. But they're feeling fine now. They're feeling fine and dandy and ready to go. So, you know, we'll do it in chunks. We'll be safe about it. We'll be nice and careful. I'm just hoping that everything sounds fine because I haven't touched everything in a while. I'm just hoping that past me left everything on the correct settings. And I haven't done something that I completely forgot I did. Because sometimes I do that. So, we'll cross our fingers. I sound fine? Okay, good. I'm never sure. I'm never confident in it. I'm never confident in it. Because sometimes my microphone settings just suddenly sound weird for no reason. And I don't realize until like I'm looking back on everything. I'm like, whoa, what? But you know, should be fine. It's also like kind of weird because I moved my microphone back and forth. Especially for art streams. Because I move it closer then. So it usually sounds slightly better. But you know, it's always weird. I don't remember how I used to have it set up. I haven't moved a lot of things around, but like, you know. It's wacky. I don't know tech. I know things about drawing and that's about it. I guess everything else. Also my tracking continues to face me downwards when I'm drawing. I'm sorry, I can't do much about it. What's my microphone settings for... I think I have microphone mouth tracking on. Do I? I don't know actually. It's not tracking like as much as it usually would, so I don't know. Who knows? It's possibly on. I probably just mess with settings a lot. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know what I'm doing. I never know what I'm doing. I'm here for a good time, not a long time. And I have no plans to learn what I'm doing anytime soon. I simply go. No plan, only go. But you know, I'd like to say that I've been working on stuff, but I haven't. I've not been doing anything. I spent pretty much all of yesterday watching Umbrella Academy, and that's all I did. And that's been about the same rate of productivity I've had in the past 2 months. So not a lot. It has not been a productive time in the slightest. Oh god, I've forgotten how to draw. Okay, wait, her eyes are weird. That's not right. Something... you know, be like that. I don't fucking know. Let's just shift this over, huh? We'll just shift it over. Shifty shifty. I did also almost play Stardew Valley today, but I didn't feel like playing video games. I've been very on and off with them recently. I'm still pretty burnt out, so I don't know how regular stream is gonna be. But you know, I'm hoping having less stress while I'm visiting my parents next month. Or, well, over the weekend, and I'm staying for a month. But I'm hoping that'll reduce my stress a little because I won't have to worry about certain things. And I can just be like, okay, life, let's go. So I'm hoping to get back into streaming more next month, mostly. Hopefully. I'm gonna be taking all my stuff. Most likely. I should be. So it should be fine. But you know, here's hoping that I'm a little less depressed and stressed and just all over the place. I don't know. Oh, no, no jumpy. No jumpy. That eye just looks fucking weird. I think I made the iris too big. That's probably what it is. And maybe also her pupil. Yeah. Her weird diamond-y pupil. Because I can't make things simple for myself. No. Yeah, I wasn't originally gonna stream tonight. I was actually thinking of streaming the other day, and then I didn't. I've had that quite a bit where I've been like, oh, I should, like, stream, and then I don't. But I committed today. I'm here, I'm alive, I'm queer, it's Pride Month, happy Pride. By the way. Oh, that's not what I meant. I meant a flippy. But yeah, hopefully lots of art streams next month when Art Fight starts, because that's what I'm mainly gonna be doing. Oh god. Oh no. I've just forgotten everything, apparently. There are projects that you want to do, have problems with sitting down and doing things. Yeah, I find that quite a lot. I'll either be completely absorbed in doing a task, or I will have zero attention span and not do anything. There is no in between at all. It's one or the other. Like, I cannot for the life of me, I've tried to do it multiple times, I can't for the life of me sit down and do an animation meme. There's a reason I want to start my game clearing thing with keep talking, just to make sure there's someone in the loop to keep me accountable. What's an attention span? I don't know, man. It's weird, because I can really focus on stuff like animating, because just, it's such a task that I'm using like half my brain, you know? But everything else I'm just like, huh? What was I doing? Oh, this frame just looks really weird for some reason. It's just gonna be an awkward in between. That's fine, I guess. It's fine, whatever. But a lot of what I have been focusing on doing between like resting my hand, because I've been forcing myself to rest it a bit more. It's just kind of chill, but I have actually been drawing quite a lot, both for myself and commissions. Why does his face look so funny? Whatever. Sometimes in-betweens will just look a bit funny. That's fine. It's not the worst. What was I saying? I was talking about something. I don't know. I have no idea. I guess it'd be like that. Something, focusing on, drawing a lot. Yeah. Hi Meeks! Hello! I'm alive! Look at that! Wow! Hi! We out here, existing on Twitch.tv. Thank you. Thank you. I look wonderful. I'm so happy with my movement compared to my old model. I could try and get my old model up, because it's quite... I didn't quite realize how much the range of motion is, how different it is compared to this one. I did not realize until after, when I was comparing them. I was like, oh wow, my head barely moved in V4. Like, I'm... Especially because this model is a 3/4 model, so the face is actually 3/4. Which is, as it turns out, way harder to turn in this direction. Like, this direction it definitely looks faster turn, but... Like, I am very happy. I look like a fucking Fire Emblem character when I'm turned this way. This way, I've managed to get a fair good amount of movement this way. I struggled a lot with the mouth though, because the mouth was also angled at 3/4, so I don't think I'll do that again. That might have been a bit of a mistake. At least face-wise. It might have been a bit of a mistake. Just a bit. Mistakes were made, lessons were learned, you know. It was a fair attempt. And you know, all things considered, I think I succeeded. Got a good amount of this too. Cause what I always had on my previous models was my head C movement, the one that goes back and forth like this. I'd have it attached to the neck. This time, I have two. I have two head Z movements. So I've got one that's just my head, and I've got one with my neck, so it actually moves quite a bit more. No. I don't have as much up and down movement as my old model used to, because of the way I did it. I didn't do very much. I was like, it's fine. I don't need that. But you know, again, lessons learned. I am substantially more confident in my rigging than I was before, because I managed to get a lot of things working that I didn't think were gonna work. Like my eye movement. I really like my eye movement. I could look absolutely fucking batshit. Just... I don't know, it's really funny looking to me and I like it a lot. And I just realized I am way too far into here. There we go, let's move a little bit more over there. Hopefully, oh, I'm getting cut off a little. Like, there we go. There we go. Now I'm properly positioned. I checked that before stream and then immediately after starting stream I moved it because I'm dumb like that. I do kind of want to play Stardew Valley on stream. Another thing I need to do is the cryptid SMP, because the server restarted and I haven't restarted on it yet because I've been waiting to stream it. Been like, oh, should I ask for like where the coordinates of the main base is before I start so that I'm not awkwardly searching for it? Or do I just like roll with it like I did last time? I don't know. But yeah, at some point I'll be restarting that again, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know when I'm gonna do that. The server's been restarted for like a month. And I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. I'll get back to it at some point. I don't know what I'm gonna be doing anymore. Cause I'm still a little bit sad after all of that work on Foxville. That all just went down the drain. Especially after the lake. That lake took me like 5 hours, so I'm a little sad, but not much could be done about it, I suppose. Because we didn't have any server backups, so we're like, well, guess we're restarting. Woo! Because nothing was working to fix the issue. So, yay! Huzzah. I'll get back on that at some point. But I don't know when. Did your lake break the server or something? No, it was I think it was the updating of mods because we moved up to the latest Minecraft update with the mods, and something within that corrupted the server. So mod items specifically were disappearing. Like I think I posted, did I post screenshots on Twitter? I was the one to find out about it because it happened like just before I logged on. I was gonna do a stream on it. And obviously I log on just before to make sure everything is, you know, functional. For this exact reason. I had logged on a little earlier in the day. It was like, well, it wasn't that much earlier, but it was like 20 minutes before I was gonna stream on it. I logged on and my house was basically just not there. It was just non-existent because the floor of my house was made of the charred wooden planks. And those are a mod object. So it disappeared. Like, they just weren't there. Which looked really odd. I was like, oh, that's weird. Did I update the mods correctly? Because I thought it was on my end at first. I was like, that's really odd. Like, I managed to get on the server fine, but like all the blocks are broken. Like, I can't see them, I can't interact with them, I'm falling through my floor. What? What's happening? So I screenshotted it and I sent it into the Discord server for that server. I was like, hey, is this a server-side issue? Because, like, nothing I'm doing on my end is fixing this. Because I was trying to re-download everything. I was, like, re-updating to make sure everything was fine. I was like, no, that's not working. That's not on my side, that's the server. I think anyway. So I was like, hey, can someone hop on and make sure, like, this is happening on their end as well? Because this is really odd. And yeah, so like a little bit later, someone else hopped on and was like, yeah, no, I'm having the same issue. This is server side. And so like Jamie, who owns the server, they were trying to like figure out what the problem was, and they were fiddling around like trying to update like the mods to make sure like, oh, can we just like fix this by re-updating mods? Like, is it, if I update the mods server side again, will it fix things? No, nothing came back. So eventually we're like, well shit, we don't have any backups for the server, so we're just gonna have to restart it. So that's what happened. So this is like a scheduled stream as well, so you can like go back on my Twitter, because I brought it up there as well, where it's like, hey, so I was gonna play on the Cryptid SMP server today, change of plans, the server's broken, we're not gonna do that. I can't remember why I ended up playing instead. It might have been like Hitman or something. I don't remember. But yeah. And so for a while we were just like, this is why we make backups, yeah. Well, we didn't we didn't realize that was gonna happen, and the server hadn't even been around for that long either, so we're like, oh, well, that sucks. Yo, hello. Hi. But yeah. So I still haven't restarted on that server yet. I have said like to them like, yeah, I'll get on it eventually, but I'm kind of like taking a break from streaming at the moment, so I'm probably taking a break from this too. But, you know, I don't know if I'm gonna start on it next month or I'm gonna wait until like the month after. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna be scheduling streams next month either. I have no idea. I don't know if I'm gonna be guerrilla or what. I haven't figured anything out. I'm just like, I haven't streamed in a while, and I've been having the urge to stream for a couple days. Lumine? No, this is my other D&D character from the other campaign I'm in, Angel. I can probably play this as long as I turn the audio off, because this is lip synced, but the way I'm capturing this, it kind of breaks with the audio for some reason. It really does not like it. Hopefully. Yeah, this works better. Yeah, this is Angel. Or Idelia is her actual name. We've started calling her by her actual name recently. In the short-lived amount of time that she's still gonna exist. I was wondering how she looks like. Yeah, I have a ref of her somewhere. Oh no. Oh dear. I didn't mean to do that. I forgot. I forgot. Yeah, I've done quite a bit. Like, it's already pretty decent looking even without, like, the extra in-betweening. Hold on. I'll grab a ref of her real quick. I think I've got it on here. I should have it on here. But let me find her. Find an image of her. Actually, should have some art here somewhere. Not in there. Something tells me the goddess doesn't feel too excited about that. What, about her disappearing? The goddess is very excited for it. Well, this isn't a rap, but oh boy. Okay, okay. Hold on. Oh dear. I always forget how high res my drawings are whenever I load them on screen. On the stream. Yeah, this is what she looks like. There goes everything. Into the void. Into the void of the sky. Because these things are like 4,000 pixels. They're fucking massive, man. They're huge. So they end up loading really big. Yeah. That's not her full body, obviously, but yeah. She's pretty. She's pretty. It's a shame she's not gonna last long. But yeah. That's her. In all of her struggling, anxiety-ridden glory. She's not fortunate. It is very funny though, because there's like an ongoing joke among the society in all her anxiety-ridden self. She's got a lot of bad trauma. She's struggling. But you know, it's fine. It's not fine, but is it already soon time? Yeah, I mean, at the moment it's like, I have a trauma counter. I have a trauma mechanic. So, whenever something traumatizing happens, or more likely after every session pretty much, because every session is traumatic. Every single session something traumatic happens. I roll on a D100 to see how far down. Last time it was I only rolled a 1 on it, so basically nothing happened. But like, yeah, it's out of 100. She's already at, like, after 2 rolls, she's at 45 out of 100, and when it reaches 0, that's her going. That's her gone. That's her giving up. And so, yeah, all it takes is one particularly bad roll, or particularly good roll, I should say, technically. So actually no, she's at 44. The first roll I did for her, I've done 2 rolls and she's already less than halfway down. She's not very lucky on that. Not the first time. It rolled like a 55 the first time. I was like, ooh, that's a chunk. And then the second time it was only a 1, so. But like, it is not difficult on a D100 to get over 50. Most of the time I get over 50 on a D100, so I give it 1 more. 1 or 2 more probably is all it's gonna take. So you know, not great for her, but it's gonna be really funny for me because I'm not gonna say anything to the rest of the party. I'm just gonna leave them to figure it out. Just gonna leave them to be like, wait a minute. Something's wrong here. So we'll see how long it takes them to figure that out. That reminds you. Imagine if Ideally and Hum ever met. Oh, she would fucking hate him. She would hate them. Hum is actually like really similar to the character that is basically her arch enemy. In the campaign she's from. Not her arch enemy, they're like frenemies. She doesn't really like him, but she keeps him alive out of obligation. But he's a troublemaker, and Hum and that character, Dash, would really get along because they're very similar. Yeah, I've actually talked with that player, like, yeah, no, Hum would get along great with Dash. Idelia would fucking hate them. Because Hum basically goes against every moral stance she has. She is a moral compass and a chaotic party. Even though technically she was wanted in one city, but that wasn't really... I mean, it was partially her fault, but it was mostly someone else's fault. And she just kind of got the blame for it because she was there and identifiable. Oh, I hate her wingtail for animation. I don't know why I decided to do this. I just thought it was really cool and neat, but it's awful to animate. Poor Ideally. Yeah, that's every session. It's always going through hell. Yeah, she has not had a break since the day she was born. She is just not having a good time. The fact that she lives in an apocalypse does not help. Does not help matters at all. It's actually mostly the source of her problems. If the apocalypse never happened, she would never be in this situation. Although she'd also probably simultaneously not exist, so, you know. But I suppose that would also be a fix to her problems. Do you think Hum would take Idelia? Would he also hate her? I don't think Hum would hate her. I don't know. I don't think Hum would hate her. Hum would just kind of be like there. I don't know. I mean, the thing is, Ideally would think fine of Hum so long as she didn't know about the fact that Hum has murdered people. That's kind of the deal breaker. Is knowing that he's done things morally wrong. And like half of her problem with Dash is just that he gets caught doing the things he does. That's half of her issue. Because she's kind of stopped caring about the actual bad stuff at this point. But she's still just like, man, can you at least try to not get caught? Like, at least make the attempt. Do your best, you know? But I don't know, Hum wouldn't, I mean, or the fact that Hum is a master of stealing shit. Yeah, I mean, she probably wouldn't even know, realistically. Although, actually, no, her perception is really fucking good, because she's got a feat for it. She's got absurd, passive perception, like an 18. So she would probably notice, actually. She probably would notice him. Probably would notice Hum stealing stuff. But, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't think Hum would hate her. Although, at least outwardly, Hum wouldn't hate her. You know? At least outwardly. I don't know so much about internally. At the moment, Hum would be fine with her. Would maybe take more issue later, but for now. Okay. Sure. Er. Lip movements are always really weird to try and figure out. Higher than Hum's deception proficiency? No, not technically. Hum could probably deceive, but I mean... It would be more insight that it would be for deception, though, is the thing. And her insight... I mean, it's fine, she's got pretty high wisdom, but... Like, I don't know. It's not... Hum has ridiculously high deception, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly. Although, higher intimidation. Hum's highest skill is intimidation, absolutely, but deception shouldn't be too far behind, I don't think. From what I can remember, anyway. Hum has high on a lot of stats. That is very true. Hum has a lot of very high stats because they are in fact the bard. Still can't get over the fact that your charisma is max. Yeah, I mean it didn't take much. I only had to raise it by 1 point, pretty much. Or 2 points. And yeah, that was not difficult to do. So, you know. Well, hey. Makes sense. As a bard, like, charisma is in fact my main ability. I kinda need it to be high. And I got decently okay rolls that allowed for that, so... Unlike with poor Idelia did not get good rolls. Idelia's stats honestly fucking suck. I got really unlucky when I was rolling her stats. I mean, they're functional, but like they could be way better. Because she's a cleric, and a cleric's main skill is wisdom. Her wisdom is only like a +3, I think. Because I did not get good rolls, which sucked. I'm kind of over it now, but you know. Hum has been significantly luckier, but it's mostly just because they're a bard. So, bards are pretty ridiculous with stats anyway. As are rogues. Rogues are also pretty ridiculous with stats. Because both get a lot of skill proficiencies. Especially with a bard, because the bard has jack of all trades, it makes it pretty ridiculous. Bards are kind of nuts. Yeah, so like as a bard, when you get to level 2 you get jack of all trades, and that gives you +1 on every stat. So every time like you see me roll a stat that I'm not proficient in, that's where you see like the extra +1. Maybe you should have gone bard or rogue instead. You could always multi-class into one if your stat for multiclassing into it is high enough. You can always do that. Like, neither are bad to multiclass into. I mean, hell, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna end up multiclassing Hum into a rogue, or a single level in rogue at least. When I get to level 7. I'm pretty certain I'm gonna end up doing that. It just makes sense. You know, but I mean, they're both decent classes to multi-class into. I'm not sure if there's even actually that many classes that they conflict with, because sometimes with multi-classing they do conflict a little bit with other classes. I guess Barbarian they would probably clash with Barbarian, but I mean most other ones are fine. I mean, to be honest, it doesn't really matter if they clash, as long as you can... I tend to go by what's thematic, rather than, what, like, I really like playing, I suppose. I like trying out new classes as well that I haven't tried before, because I haven't played every single class. Also Tabletop Simulator. Is that the one that's like a bunch of tabletop games? I can't remember. I've heard of it before though. This is such a funny face. But yeah, you know, never hurts to multi-class into Bard or Rogue, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, prioritize your main class. I think is like one thing though. That you do want to prioritize your main class, because when you multi-class, you're gonna end up, in some ways, you're gonna take a hit to your power scaling in some certain ways, because you're gonna end up not as high level in one. Oh god, what are those emotes? What the fuck? What the fuck are those? I hate them. What? That's awful. Dear lord. Oh. No. Come back. But yeah, what I was saying, with multi-classing, you do have to bear in mind that, any level that you put into your multi-class, or your second class, you don't put that, you don't get that in your main class. So you're taking a hit to the amount of power you can gain in one class, in exchange for expanding the power, that you have in, like, a range of things. So you gotta be careful about it, you know? Give, take, you know? But I mean, I usually, when it comes to class selections, I go with what fits the character best, not necessarily what is best. Just in general. But I also enjoy the role-playing side of things more, so, you know, I don't necessarily go for, like, the strongest thing. Although I will keep it in mind. You know. Although I do know some people who are really ridiculous with the amount they can min-max a character. I actually, the first time I played D&D, I accidentally min-maxed to some extent. I don't know how, because I don't know what I was doing. But I accidentally made like a really ridiculous combination of just as a fighter. Because I mean, fighters can be pretty ridiculous anyway, sometimes. But just as a fighter, like, because I happened to select what made the most sense as like feats and stuff, and things I could do, I absolutely kicked ass, by accident. It was great. It was funny though, because, I remember the DM being like, how have you managed this? Like, you don't know what you're doing. What? What? The only thing that fucked me up in that game was that my rolls were really bad. I had really shit luck, when rolling to attack and stuff. But like, I was pretty fucking ridiculous in that game, because anything within... Ah yes, a pyromaniac bard, that's exactly what we need. Yeah, definitely. Remember your first D&D game made a pretty much entirely useless character. We love a useless character though. A useless character can be fun too. Will we some luck? I I guess so. I don't know. It. I mean, it wasn't bad, but like basically anything within 15 feet of my first D&D character was in a danger zone, because obviously base range in D&D for melee attacks is 5 feet. I had a weapon that one of my other party members gifted me, which gave me a +5 to that. So I had a 10-foot range on any attack. And then because I was a fighter, I had what are they called? Like fighter abilities. What the fuck are they called? Shit, I don't remember what they're called. But like as a fighter, you get like a range of attacks with a special die at a certain point. I don't remember what they're called. And one of those was it gave you an extra 5 foot of range. So anything within 15 foot of me was in danger, and actually it was technically anything within 300 foot of me was in danger because I also had a longbow, but you know. I was a danger zone. And one of the specific tactics I accidentally came up with, like not knowing what I was doing, was another one of those attacks was a pushing attack, which would move things 5 feet back. So what I could do was, if I was being attacked by like one enemy, so long as they didn't like lock onto another companion, but if that companion was within my range, it didn't matter. Because I had such like a wide range around me, obviously that gave me like an extra 5 foot for reaction attacks, or opportunity attacks. And so what I could do was I could push people 15 foot out of my range. Or not 15 feet out of my range. I could push them 5 foot out of my range as soon as they got to within 10 feet of me. And force them to come back towards me. But I could also continue to attack them because I technically had a 15-foot range so long as I used certain things. Which was a little bit ridiculous. And my stats, I mean, they weren't prioritized in the best of ways because, again, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I would have definitely done it differently if I didn't now, because I know what I'm doing now. But, like, both my strength and my dexterity were pretty good. Like, they were fairly even matched, so it was like, oh, wonderful. I could basically just be like, fuck that guy in particular. So yeah, that was a great introduction to D&D. Just me accidentally min-maxing my character in terms of, not so much in stats, but in terms of what's it called? I'm forgetting what it's called. I'm blanking. Oh my god, what is it? What the fuck is it called? That thing where like you make the best use of the amount of actions you have. The amount of things you can do in a turn. What the fuck is it called? Oh my god, why am I forgetting this? Why am I blanking on this? Help. Shit, I don't remember what it's called. I have no idea what it's called. I can't remember it. Fuck. I have a really shit memory. Oh my god, why can't I remember this? Well, whatever. Basically I was min-maxing in terms of like the amount of stuff I could do in an attack turn as a fighter, to the best of my ability, with the best range that I could manage. essentially. Oh my god, it was on the tip of my tongue there. What's called? I don't know. Whatever. I don't know. Animating is like... Oops. I did not mean to do that. Animating kills my brain sometimes. My brain is not awake when I'm doing in-betweening at all whatsoever. But yeah. What I learned in that game, however, though, being my first D&D game, that even if you don't know what the fuck you're doing, you can still become really absurd if you just accidentally stumble into the best things you can take. Essentially. And or the best weapons you can obtain if you use weapons. Which you don't so much as a spellcaster. But you know. You do your best. And like, the more I knew what the fuck I was doing, the more I could sort of figure out how best to make use of my action time in a fight, which is great. Always plan out your move before you do it, or try to. Although sometimes you get thrown off by what someone else does and you're like, oh shit. Never mind, never mind. I guess I'm not doing that. But you know, pro tip, figure out what you're doing before it comes to your turn. Or at least have an idea. Unless, of course, you get completely thrown off by someone else's action, and that's fair if you don't know what you're doing. I'll remember what the word I was looking for was eventually. I'll probably remember it in like 2 hours and be like, ah, shit. That's what it was called. Why am I getting a bunch of email notifications? Excuse me, can you not? Slowing everything down for no reason. Super rude. Don't appreciate it. And just keep going. They don't stop. What the fuck? Stop it! Excuse me. Excuse me. What the fuck? Are you done? No, it's not done. Okay. Fucking. Why does it always do this? I swear to God, it always does this. It just decides like to keep doing them while I can't really do anything about it. Still going. It's still fucking going. Have you seen that Steam has their summer sale? I have. Unfortunately, I have no money. What money I do have, I need to just save for birthday gifts at the moment. Or order birthday gifts, more so. Oh my god, stop it. Stop! Why are they all coming now? Okay, I get it. Okay, thank you. I know, I have emails. Thank you. Are you done? Okay. Jesus Christ. But yeah, I have no money. And also I have a bunch of Steam games that I haven't played yet because I want to play them on stream. and the laptop that I stream on, because I stream on a laptop because I can't afford a PC, can't quite handle them alongside streaming. Oh, what the fuck? No. No, stop it. No. Excuse me. Come. Oh my god. Get out of there! What the fuck, man? What are you doing? Huh? Excuse me. Oh my god. God fucking. Just used your 14-ish today on postal. Oof. Oof. What, I have like 2 left. Oof. Okay. It's a bit annoying sometimes. Oh god, why are you there? No, I don't like that. Underneath. Underneath it. No. What the fuck? I won't get you anything, yeah. Oh my god. Oh, that's annoying. Thanks, I hate it. Can you move up? Thank you. Can I grab you? Somewhere? No, I have 2 for some reason. Why do I have 2? What the fuck? Luckily, there's only a week left until payday. Oof. Yeah, I have no income at the moment, so I'm just kind of living. Living and existing and hoping for the best. But I am staying with my parents for a while, so I won't have to worry about groceries at least. Which is nice, because I don't think I currently even have enough for groceries. So you know, lucky. That'll help. But there's 2 birthdays this month, and I had to buy my dad a Father's Day gift as well. Oh, why is that? Automod, please. No, come on, man. But yeah, yeah, 2 birthdays this month. So that's great, and also Father's Day from last week. And I still need to wrap that gift, actually, now that I think about it. So I should probably do that. But yeah, super ecstatic to have to beg my parents for money. Super fun. I love it. I love doing that. It's my favorite. And it's not embarrassing at all. Probably be a good idea. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to, because otherwise I'm not gonna survive, like, even after I come back. Because I won't be getting any income until probably late September, October. Probably not anything consistent anyway. So super fun. I love the summer period. Who doesn't love begging their parents for money? I know, right? Just a perfect collection of timing on everything. But you know, whatever. Sure. Yeah, big oof, right? It's fucking impossible to get a job, even if I were physically able to at the moment. Nah, I mean, I was mentally prepared. I should probably stock up on soup and pasta, though, more so. Oh shit, that reminds me I have pasta to use up. Ah, whatever. That's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's cool. I mean, the one thing is I have been contacted about commissions, so I'm hoping those don't fall through, because those could probably save my ass. You know, it'd be real nice. Best in Race is the best going on a low budget. Yeah. I mean, Tin Soup does it as well, because they're cheap. but they're not super great in terms of how much they fill you up. But, you know, you take what you can get, I guess. I have a lot of stock cubes as well, so, I mean, that's fine. I have noodles that I can put in with that. It's like, I have emergency food. I have food to last until I go home anyway, and probably after. So, like, it's fine. That's where the pasta and rice come in. Yeah. Make a good risotto or something? I don't know. I don't know how to make risotto. I don't know. The problem is I'm trying to eat better, but I'm very limited by the fact that I do not have an income. You got Paimon? Oh lord. Paimon. Why Paimon? Am I missing a joke? I have not played Genshin Impact in a hot minute. It's been a while. I need to drink water. Holy fuck. I need to get better about drinking on stream again. Drinking water on stream, I mean. Although I do have an alcohol stash. Oh wait, emergency. I'm sorry, I'm really fucking tired. That took me way. I'm very tired. My brain is thoroughly diseased. I am dehydrated. I have a hydrate thing. I'm drinking water. I'm drinking. But yeah, I have an alcohol stash. I have an alcohol stash in my cupboard that I just don't touch because I don't drink that often. I should do a drinking stream at some point. Obviously a careful one, obviously. But like, I drink so infrequently. I used to drink like, I mean, not like a lot still. Still only like once or twice a month. But like, when I was in my first year of uni, I drank like a lot more than I do now. Cause you know, that was pre-COVID. And you could, like, I tried to go out. I'm not a party person, but I tried to go out, like, and go to parties sometimes. They were fun, but I'm not a party person. One stash, by the way, not one bottle. I basically, I have like a cupboard in my room and it's fucking freezing in there, so it's basically like a mini fridge. I use it partially as a cupboard and partially as a mini fridge for alcohol, because it just chills them. They're just completely chilled in there because there's like, I guess it must be really fucking what's the word? Oh my god, why do I keep forgetting words today? Insulated. I think it must be like super insulated in there or something, because it's just fucking cold. Like it's a little closet and it's just fucking freezing for no reason. It might also be because there's pipes in there. But yeah, I use it to store alcohol. But I should do like a drinking stream at some point. I mean, I've done one before. I did one with Mario 64, which turned out super great because I'm so good at playing that at the best of times. I still haven't finished that actually. I was gonna finish it and then one of my pets died, so I didn't do that stream. I'm pretty sure, if I'm remembering correctly anyway. So I ended up cancelling that stream and I never got back to it. Whoops. Still have that though. Could go back to that at some point. That's something I can do. But I mean, that was pretty funny. Cause I become like a baby when I'm drunk. I am a baby drunk sort of person. If that makes sense. It's been so long since I've shown that. Cause that's like 2 years ago. That was like still when I was first starting with streaming. How dare they die before such a long stream. I mean, it wasn't like shortly before, it was just that day and I was like, well, I'm not streaming. I mean, that stream wasn't gonna be drunk. That was just gonna be a normal Mario 64 stream. I did the drunk Mario 64 stream, like, the first time I played Mario 64. Or that version of it, anyway. Although I've never finished Mario 64, I should say. I should get on that at some point. There's a lot of games I've started on stream and haven't finished. But, it was either that or I was gonna do an Italian stream. I can't remember. I think it was Mario 64 though. I don't know, it's been a while. And that day was a bit of a blur. I just remember waking up at noon, my flatmate very awkwardly coming into my room like, so I have something to tell you. Which was like, you know, that sort of moment where, you know, like, without someone saying, you know exactly what they're gonna say. Like, you just have a gut feeling of exactly what you're gonna do. Like, I woke up to this text and was like, well, that's not good. That can't be good. That's really serious tone. Uh-oh. Don't like that. And yeah, it was exactly what I thought, and that was not a good day. That was a pretty shit day, I gotta say. I didn't even eat that day. Pretty sure. I didn't eat until like 5 p.m. Because I don't know. I didn't eat properly for a while after that, actually. That's no bueno. Too serious. Yeah. It's never good when it's like your flatmate who is usually not at all serious, very seriously texts you at 9 a.m. and you're like, oh no. Actually, it might have been more like 6 a.m. It's like, well, that can't be good. Like, that really cannot be anything good. But yeah, no, I should do that at some point. Drinking stream again. But I mean, I have to be careful about it because there are, of course, Twitch guidelines. There are guidelines, but, you know, as long as it's not a challenge and I'm just happening to drink while I'm on stream and I'm being careful about it and blah, 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 you know, that's fine. Could do it. But I don't think I have any, like, super heavy alcohol. One thing I do really want to do is at some point, I want to play like a drunk D&D one-shot because I think that would be really funny. I think that would be really fucking funny. But yeah, I don't know. I do happen to I have like a fairly high-ish tolerance to alcohol as well, so it's like it takes a bit. I kind of have to be a bit dangerous and mix. Isn't the guidelines like just don't be hateful and sexual, or is it more complex than that? Basically, there's specific guidelines around substances on Twitch. It's like you can't do anything that is illegal where you live. If it's legal, then it's fine, but you do have to be careful about it because basically you have to be like super safe. Essentially, like they don't want you to be doing drinking challenges where it's like, oh, a viewer can donate like a certain amount of money and I'll have to take a shot because that can fucking kill you. They don't want people doing that. Basically, essentially. But like if you're drinking responsibly, like if you are not drinking to the point where you're blackout drunk, you're fine. You just need to like know when you're stopping. You need to know when to stop, essentially. It's basically just don't be a fucking idiot. And drink safely. Yeah, it's pretty fair. they're pretty fair guidelines, and like there's some Twitch guidelines I'm like, that's kind of dumb. Those ones are just like, you know what? Yeah, that makes sense. They're trying not to get anyone killed. But yeah. I don't know how fun it would be though, because I feel like my drunk self is funniest when unleashed upon the world. Because I do really funny things when I'm drunk sometimes. Because I become a child, essentially. I have to be babysat. Because I just become really fucking childish. And bratty for no reason. And I try to catch birds. Which is really funny in the context that I now have several birds in this flat. But like, the last time I was like properly drunk, I'm pretty sure I ran out onto the road to try and catch a seagull. And my flatmate at the time, different flatmate from the one I have now, this was back when I was in student accommodation. My flatmate was with me looking after me. I think both of us were kind of drunk, but my flatmate had a bit of a drinking problem, so she was more able to act normal under alcohol, essentially. And so she was basically babysitting me on the way home. And yeah, so what happened was I saw, you know those like videos of people like just grabbing a seagull? Like they'll just grab a seagull or a pigeon because they're just perfectly hand-sized, so you can just grab them. And they're just kind of dumb, so they'll just sit there. That's what I was trying to do. I didn't end up doing it because I got stopped because I ran onto the road. My flatmate at the time had to drag me back onto the pavement because there was a car coming. So yeah, don't unleash me onto the streets. Well, basically, like, a pigeon or a seagull is perfectly just grabbable size. They're very holdable. So my brain, when I'm drunk, is like being childish as hell. It's just like, oh, a bird. I'm gonna grab it. And I just go after it. At least, like, when I'm really drunk, anyway. Well, not like dysfunctionally drunk, but drunk enough that I'm, like, acting different anyway. That I'm acting drunk. I'm like, it's partially because, like, when I'm drunk, I'm trying to act silly because I'm being an absolute brat. And that, is this a bird? Yeah. So yeah, I've only been drunk a handful of times, but like the 2 times I've been very drunk, I tried to grab a bird one time, and the other time I could not get off the floor and had to actually be babysat for like 4 hours. We were supposed to go out, and I mixed drinks incorrectly, one could say, and I was on the floor. And I could not stand up because I was too dizzy. So we didn't go out, and instead my flatmate at the time had to babysit me for several hours until I eventually fell asleep on my bed, and they were on the bed with me. And then eventually we woke up, and I wasn't sober, but I was sober enough to realize, oh, you should probably get out of my room before people get the wrong idea, because we had like 6 other flatmates, or 5 other flatmates, I think. So like, oh, it's like 5 a.m. You should probably get out of my room because everyone else is obviously gonna take this the wrong way if they see you coming out of my room in the morning. Wearing those clothes specifically. So yeah. It was funny, and I was rolling around on my desk chair because that was the only way I could get up at all whatsoever. And I nearly threw up. I didn't, but I nearly threw up. So that was nearly very awkward. I think those are the only 2 times I've gone like really drunk. I think. Yeah, those are the only times I've gone like noticeably drunk to the point where I was like dysfunctional. Although you can in that one stream, the VOD on my YouTube, you can, I mean, the audio is awful, so you don't watch it because it's shit, but you can after like the halfway point in that stream notice me getting a lot whinier because I'm starting to get drunk in that. Like, it's not like super noticeably different, but it was like enough where I was like, oh yeah, I was starting to get drunk at that point. That's the point where I'd apparently drank enough to at least get tipsy. Because I start whining more. Because again, I become a complete brat of a child. Don't, like, honestly, it's really bad. I really just need to do another drinking stream. It would be like the first Mario 64 stream. But like, I'm not kidding when I say the audio is bad. Like, I could not figure out that microphone for shit. It was a really bad microphone as is, but it was awful. Awful. I'm pretty sure the audio in that was really bad. But it's like, I don't know. There's like a specific point in that I distinctly remember being like, oh yeah, like I was drunk there. In that stream, which was when the water levels. I was trying to like I think I was trying to get one of like the other stars. I was like trying to get one that was really hard to reach in one of the water levels. And so I was starting to get a bit frustrated, and because I was also drunk, it was coming out like I was being really bratty about it. I was getting really whiny. I distinctly remember that part was where I was like, oh, I was drunk. I was definitely drunk there. Like, no doubt about it. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't drank in a hot minute though. Like, sometimes I'll have like a can of something and I'll be like, I don't know. It's not very fun to drink by yourself is the thing. But because I also don't go out much, I don't end up drinking much. This is like, bleh. Like, I think the most I've drank in like the past year, for the most part, has been with my family for like New Year's. Or just if they were drinking, and we'd just be like, I'd just be like, okay, sure. Like, if you have a cider, I'll take it. Whatever. But like, I think that's the most I've drank in a while. Although, when the pandemic first hit, I do remember I would sometimes sneak a drink in the evening, because I had to go home. I had to leave student accommodation to go home, because of the whole situation. They were like encouraging us to go home, and it was better than being stuck there for the entire summer, so I just went home. And I remember, because I had like all my stuff in crates because I didn't have time to properly pack things, I do remember, I would just like occasionally sneak out of my room at night and just like grab a drink real quick at like 2 a.m. Just be like, I just want some Baileys right now. Or like, I have this shitty Baileys, like it's the orange truffle Baileys. I don't like it very much, but I just have it. I've had it for a while and I haven't been able to finish it, but I was like trying to taste it. I was just like, I don't know. Reminds you of one of the times you got quite noticeably drunk. What is everyone like when they're drunk? Because I feel like it's always really funny to find out like how someone is when they're drunk. Because it's like, it's either you don't fucking notice, like at all, they're absolutely awful, or they just become dumb. And there's no in between. This has ended up a bit weird with the hair, but whatever. In-betweens, whatever. I also, like, when it comes to characters I have, I really, like, I enjoy thinking about what kind of drunk they would be, because I feel like you've either got someone who's exactly the same when they're drunk and when they're sober. Like, there's zero difference. Like, they're entirely the same. Or they're just, like, the complete opposite, basically, you know? It's funny to think about. Now I'm actually thinking of like grabbing a can or something now. It's on my brain now. It's like, how would Han be if they're drunk? I have thought about this. It's kind of... I think they would be a flirty drunk. Is what I've sort of thought. Like, partially because they're a bard. I think they would be like the type to be very flirty when they're drunk. But like, they might also be, I don't want to say more aggressive because they're already pretty fucking aggressive. But I feel like they'd be a lot looser about it, so they might get pissed off a lot quicker. Yeah, but I think mainly they'd be a flirty drunk. You know, be a bard. But also it just kind of checks out, I think. Because Hum definitely has the potential to be a bard. Like, they are able to act that. I mean, they're able to act a lot of things. But I think they would be a lot more openly flirty. However, that standard of flirting might not be the normal one. It might be a little bit warped, knowing Hum. Because how they would flirt normally is already a bit warped. I'd love to experience that. I do want to do it at some point. I hope we have another drunk experience where Hum doesn't leave immediately. So I feel like that would be really funny. Really funny to act out. Although I am incredibly bad at acting flirty. I am horrendous at it. I get flustered super easily. I physically cannot flirt in real life. I just can't do it. Like, I get too embarrassed and I stop. So every time I have to act flirty, and it's a disaster for me. I can do it. I can do it fairly convincingly because I've had to force myself to do it in D&D a few times. But good lord, I get embarrassed. I stop. Like, I just freeze a bit. I'm also just kind of dense though, like when it comes to flirting, so I never really know, just in general, what the fuck's going on. But I get like super flustered if I have to fake flirt with people. Like a few weeks ago in a session of the campaign with Angel, I had to pretend to be horny as two separate characters, and it was the most embarrassing shit I've had to do. It was just like, oh my god. Like, oh no. I had to do it with one of my past D&D characters, Virial, as well, but like a lot more with him because he was a naturally flirty guy. Like, he was a very flirty person. His entire thing was that he would lure people to murder by flirting with them and going to sleep with them. So, good lord, that was embarrassing several times. It was just like, well, like, I remember with Virial, there was one session where we went to like a party. We went to a party, not to like destroy things, even though we were evil. We were literally just there to like chill and to have a good time. We went to a party because like some of us were drunk in game. And I remember we were basically being asked like, oh, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing at this party? And I had to really embarrassingly be like, well, the thing that Virial would absolutely do is go chat people up to try and have an orgy. And so I did that. I don't think I like acted it all out, thank fucking god. I just rolled for like, okay, how many people are in this orgy? And then I rolled like the max amount. I was like, yep, okay, that checks out, sure. But there was another one where it was specifically, I was like luring this guy for a murder. In game, obviously. I'd like manipulated the entire party into like doing this thing so I could get to the tavern and do this while they were distracted with something else at the same tavern. I had made like an entire plan around this like weeks ahead of time, and I was like, oh, this is a good opportunity. So I made use of it, obviously. And so I was basically selecting like a random victim for this one. And I had to like actually chat this guy up. I had to act it out. And I was like, well, okay, sure. Or more like, well, okay, sure. So like this NPC was like, oh, so like what do you guys do around here for fun? Because we were pretending to be from this island. Oh shit, I dropped my pen. We were pretending to be from this island. We were talking to like a whole group of them. And one of the NPCs was just like, so what do you do around here for fun? I swear like my entire face probably went completely red when I said this. Thank you for the sip. I'm actually my voice did crack there. Here we go. Hopefully better. But my face probably went entirely red. Thank God we were online when this happened. Because geez, we're just like, well, you see, what we do is we go into the forest, and then I like cut myself off and basically said like, and I described something really fucking raunchy, like whispered in his ears, because I didn't want to like come up with anything on the spot, because I was like, I don't fucking know. I'm just doing my best here. But like the more recent thing of yeah. Oh god, I'm so thankful that the recent session with Angel and Salvia getting fucking horny because of a cursed painting. I am so glad that was online because I was really flustered like trying to act it out. Which worked great for Angel, because Angel was super flustered like in character. But with Salvia is a lot more confident. Salvia's not flustered. So like I had to put on this sort of voice and was flirting with members of the party basically. And they fucking hated that. They hated that I did that voice. It's the thing that you can say anything if you're Christmas high enough. I mean, yeah, but you kind of have to be in the right direction, you know? But it was more so I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say it. I just wanted to leave it up to everyone's imagination what the fuck I said there, essentially. Because I couldn't think of anything. Mommy, sorry, mommy, sorry, mommy, sorry. I know. They really do not like that voice. It's really funny to me. The other players and the GM do not fucking like that voice. They hate it when I do it. I mean, I don't get why, because one of them is already familiar with that voice to an extent. Because it's the same thing I do with Virial, just without the English accent. Just without the English accent, you know? It's the same voice. It's not even different from my normal voice. It's just me talking slower. That's it. It's just me talking slower. I'm barely putting on a voice. It's the funny thing. I'm just like, damn. Like, it's not that different from my normal voice. It's just slower. It's just slower and has a bit more of a cadence to it. Cadence, is that the word? I don't know. A different cadence, I guess. But like, slow-mo and heavy? I mean, maybe not slow-mo, but like, you know, it's not that different from my normal voice. It's literally just me going to the bottom and just slowing it down a bit. That's it. That's all I'm doing. It's funny to do different voices and like for people to find like, oh, I didn't know you could do that voice. That's new. Fuck was I? Oh, here we go. Like, it's always funny to see people reacting to the voices I can do. 'Cause I have a decent range, I think. Like, I remember when I was in high school, I did drama for a bit. I never took it to like an exam level, but I did drama for a little while. There was one where we were supposed to only use our voices. We weren't like physically acting. No one would be looking at what we were actually doing. We'd just be like voicing. And I remember I tripped my drama teacher the fuck out because the voice I did was so low. Because at the time, like, my voice was probably more like this at the time, and I was really quiet as well, so that probably didn't help. I was a very quiet kid. So I'd probably usually talk more like this a bit more. Like, a bit more quietly. And so, yeah, we were doing, like, this voice acting. And I can't exactly remember the voice I did, but, like, I came out really suddenly with this voice. Something like that. I think it was a bit lower, but I don't know. My drama teacher was just like, what the fuck? Who was that? What? Cause yeah, it was like really fucking deep. It scared the hell out of her. She's just like, what? I distinctly remember that. It was just like, what the fuck? What? I think I had like some sort of accent to it as well, because we had to make it like really different from our normal voices. Yeah, it's like, I can go fairly deep if I want to. I have a fairly deep voice as is, obviously. I can also go like pretty high if I want to. Like I think when I started streaming, I pitched up my voice a bit as well. I was like trying to speak more calmly because I was trying to speak more in character, quote unquote. But I was also like, really nervous, so it was like partially from nervousness and partially because I was intentionally pitching my voice up. So I spoke more like this for a little while. I spoke a bit more cutesy in terms of pitch, and I don't know when the fuck I decided to just be like, no, okay. No, we're not doing that. I think it was just as I gained more confidence, I just started speaking my normal voice. Although I have been told by like some university friends, apparently I Americanize my accent more than I usually do on stream. Which I don't do intentionally. I don't do that intentionally. I don't know. I just got told that at one point where they're like, yeah, you sound less Scottish on stream than you do in real life. I was like, oh, that's weird. Okay. Sure. But I don't know, I'm not consciously doing that. If I'm doing that, that's on accident. But I already don't have a very Scottish sounding accent. I can't hear the accent. Which one? The Canadian one or the Scottish one? Because my Scottish accent, I have a mixed accent, so like, I grew up in Edinburgh, and Edinburgh does not have a very strong accent because, yeah, it's Edinburgh. So I already don't have a very strong accent, and for some reason, I took a lot of Canadian accent from my mom. Scottish English. Yeah. I mean, it's the fun thing of like, I can put on a Scottish accent. I don't think it's an Edinburgh one. I'm not entirely sure. It's more like a mix between Edinburgh and Glasgow, I guess. I don't know when I do put one on. Because I can, but it's weird. And I can Americanize my accent even more if I really want to. You know? Like, it's not difficult like I did there. Please do. Please do. I mean, it's weird. It is weird. Weird. Very weird. Very weird to do. It's always really odd, because, like, it's really difficult to speak in. Oh, please don't. Please don't. Please don't. Please do or please don't. I don't know. Because it takes a bit of, like, warming up to do it, is the thing. Like, I struggle to do it still. Like, I can do it. It's just not, it's not very easy to do. It's it's not very easy to do a fake Scottish accent is a thing. Like I can do it. Can do it. It's weird because you kind of get a good Scottish accent if you're not using slang. It's kind of difficult, and I don't really use Scottish slang is a thing. Like there's some I grew up with, but I don't really use them because it sounds weird. It takes a lot of effort to do that. I don't know, because it's obviously not my natural accent. Although if I do it for a while, I get stuck in it. But that happens with any other accent I do. Whereas American accent is literally just a like I just speak at the back of my throat. That's it. Like it does not take much to go into a bit of a valley girl. Like here you're going full Scottish. I mean that's the best I got for a Scottish. I don't think the thing is I don't know, when people try and fake Scottish accents, here's the thing. When people fake a Scottish accent, they don't do it correctly. That's why it always sounds off to anyone who's actually Scottish. It always sounds off because what they're doing is they're imitating a pirate, not a Scotsman. Because, like, the thing is, like, people think the Scottish accent sounds really aggressive. It's not. It's actually really delicate. Like, it's a really fucking delicate accent to do. It is ridiculously delicate, actually. It takes a lot of, consciously knowing the sounds. It's really weird. Like, the whole thing with, purple burglar alarm that you see on like TikTok and stuff, where usually Glaswegian people, it's usually people from Glasgow, because this isn't the case with all Scottish accents. People always go like straight to Glaswegian accents when they think of a Scottish accent. There's a lot of different accents, but they always think like, oh, it sounds really aggressive. No, that's where you go wrong. If you're trying to sound aggressive, you're doing it wrong. Guaranteed. Because you'll just sound like a fucking pirate, not a Scotsman. But also, people didn't know the slang. People don't know the slang. Shit, I barely know the slang. Like, I've lived here my whole life, I barely know the slang, because, like, it's different everywhere. Like, it depends where you are. Like, I only know some of the Glaswegian slang. I can understand a Glaswegian person, but like I've had to be like taught Glaswegian slang because I grew up around Edinburgh slang, which is very different, and it's kind of more quote unquote posh sounding, I guess. I mean, yeah, I know more than you do because I grew up here, but like it's just proven quite effectively. I mean, when I was going through it, I didn't know some of the slang before, or like I'd heard of some of it and some of it I hadn't. I was going down a list because like I can't think of this off the top of my head. But also it's like people from here, I don't use a lot of Scots because it sounds really fucking weird for me to speak in Scots in my normal accent. Like there's odd words I'll use like we every once in a while, you know. That's most people understand that. Like you don't go around like, or I don't, because it just sounds weird if I say it, you know? So I understand more Scots than I actually speak, because also they don't teach Scots very well here. I mean they do teach it, or try to, but like, it kind of just depends where you are, how much Scots you use. And how you grew up. Like it's weird. Because the thing is, for me with Scots, like I can understand it if it's said to me. Because Scots is like, it's a mix between a dialect and a language. Like it's somewhere in between. It's not one or the other exactly. So it gets called a language. It also gets called dialect. It doesn't really matter. Either way, we get taught it. To some degree. When they're like particularly feeling like trying to revive some Scottish culture in the kiddos, you know? That's when they'll bring up Scots. And no other time. Like, Kayleys aren't super common anymore. I mean, I've been to a couple of Kayleys before. They're not super common. I still, to some extent, remember some Scottish dancing, though, actually. But that was probably because it was a bit drilled in for a while. And we did them for weddings, I guess. We used Scottish dancing at weddings. I guess. I haven't been to a lot of weddings in Scotland, though. I don't think I've been to any weddings in Scotland. I don't know. It's been a while since I've been to a wedding. Anyway. Yeah, they don't really teach Scots a lot. So, I can read Scots. I can understand Scots. Like, if you speak in Scots to me, I'll know what you're saying. Most of the time, anyway. If I don't know the word, I can figure out with context, you know? But, like, I wouldn't be able to speak a sentence in Scots to save my life. Unless it was something like, oh, I didn't ken. Because that's fucking easy. That's barely a sentence. Oops. I've gone a bit too spread out with this. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah, it's weird. A dented can? No, I didn't ken. It's just I don't know. Ken is the word for a no. And dene is just don't know. Or just don't. Dene, don't. And canny is canny. Canny is canny. No, can't is canny. They're really simple words. They're the ones that you'll pick up pretty quickly. Oh, shit. No, wait, what? No. Come on, man. I don't know. Like, I cannot speak much Scots at all. I did not grow up with a lot of it. Because my dad does not speak Scots in everyday use. Or ever. And my mom isn't even from Scotland, so she's not gonna use Scots very often. If ever. So. Imagine if Homer ideally becomes Scottish. Ideally it would be really weird, because here's the thing. Ideally speaks a bit like this. She's got a very southern country voice. Because I thought that was funny for a girl who came from a cult. And fucking threw everyone off when we first started playing that game. That really threw people off. The other players, they were just like, what the fuck? So obviously here's this dainty looking little, like, woman, petite woman, does not look southern at all, and I just come out with that. They're just like, what? Didn't even know you could do that. Very funny. Very thick. Comes pretty naturally at this point. It's kind of difficult when I first started, but comes pretty naturally now. Well, Salvia's just got this voice. It's just my voice, pretty much. Just a bit smoother. It was initially more American. It's kind of, I don't know. I come to a point where I get comfortable with a voice. And, like, it just kind of becomes what it becomes. You know? I did at one point play a D&D character for a 24-hour one-shot. Called Dr. Denny, or ex-Dr. Denny, actually. You couldn't legally call him a doctor because he lost his medical license. They were a little surprised, I think, some people, but they didn't remark on it as much. Although, funnily enough, there were some points where even though, like, a lot of the people at the table were very much Scottish, they didn't understand what he was saying certain things. Although it was when we became very sleep deprived that started happening. Like, still reminds me of the doctor from TF2. I have never played TF2, so I don't know very much. But yeah, Dr. Danny was a proper treat. He was a monster fucker, which was really funny. To me at least, it was very funny for me. And he might have also been a bit of a necrophile, but you know, who knows. He did get a zombie girlfriend. He was a necromancer, so it made sense. And he was not exactly the most morally proficient. He was kind of a dick, actually. A bit of a dick. Just a bit. And because I was doing that voice for 24-25 hours with some breaks, but because I was doing it for so long, it started seeping into my normal it starts seeping into my normal voice for like the next day, where I would just be weirdly Scottish, like out of nowhere. It'd be funny if we made a cameo in Camille's campaign, especially with where we are. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if Canel's actually heard about it. I don't remember if I told him, or if I mentioned it while he was there, actually. It would be funny though. I think I've added an extra feather somewhere. Yeah, I have. What the fuck? I haven't. Yeah, no. I don't think I had. But, yeah. There's also... I don't know. I don't think any other characters I've done have had, like... Again, to my knowledge that is, but then again, that might have stretched too far. I don't know. Because I have talked about 24-hour game, that 24-hour game with him. I don't think I've spoken about the character I played for it specifically. I don't think. I don't know. Whatever. Okay. But yeah. And Hum almost had an English accent, actually. Hum almost had an English accent, but I couldn't keep it up with, I couldn't keep it up with, like, the throat nasally voice. Cause, like, it's really difficult to do both at the same time. It's a lot of focusing, and I don't like it. So I decided to not do that. Yeah, Hum almost had an English accent. Almost. That would have been a very different Hum, I feel like. Please give him a Scottish accent. I definitely absolutely cannot do the Scottish accent with the Hum voice. Although I can have fun because Hum does have disguise self, so like maybe some disguise I'll do it. I might do it with some disguise. Like the last disguise self, he did a bit of an English accent, which wasn't really intentional. That just kind of happened. I just suddenly became English. I want to try other English accents though, because I can do like a range of them. Is a thing. I can do a few different kinds of English accents. Like I can do the really, really posh one, which is the one that I did for Virial. The very, very posh one. But I can also do the small chipper one if I really want to as well. Water. Bottle water. Which is also very fun. Yeah. I don't know. There's a range of accents I can do. I'm sure I practiced some other ones, but I can't remember them off the top of my head. I don't know. It's like, the posh one sounds seducing. Yeah, I mean, he was a seducing kind of guy, so. Again, it's basically, the mommy voice with just a posh English accent. Like, they're basically the same. Like, it's the same cadence, just slightly differently spoken, because it's with an accent. Which is why I don't get why they don't like that voice, because it's the exact same one I did for Virial. And one of the ones who was like, please don't, was like one of the ones in that game, so he's familiar with the voice, was like, I've done this voice in front of you, just with an accent. Daddy, sorry, daddy, sorry. I mean, I think he was a bit of a bottom though, is the thing. This is the funny part. I remember the first time he did it. Maybe that's the problem? Maybe it is. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe it gives him bad memories. I mean, I feel like they do sound distinct enough is the thing. They do sound fairly distinct from each other because of the accents. Like, this voice is very much more in the American zone. Well, this one is significantly more English and more posh and more pompous sounding. Like, every time I talk about Virial, there's like a very specific way I used to describe him, which is pompous, pretentious prick. The 3 Ps, one might say. Yeah. Just bleh for a moment there. Why do they all sound seducing? I'm sorry, I have a mommy voice. I can't help it. The only reason I don't sound like that normally is just because I purposely don't. Like, it's not difficult. It's literally just, if I sound calmer, it's already airing towards it. You know? I have to purposefully act more chipper or else I do that. It's very funny though. I wonder if I could do a seductive... I don't know how I would do a seductive voice with Han's voice. Like, I don't know. I mean, I guess. Kind of like that. It's kind of difficult to do though. The thing with the seductive kind of voice is that you do like a growl at the end of certain things. Like, you do a bit of a growl at the end. And it's really difficult to do that with Han's voice. So what you say is you have an extreme seducing voice. Yes, I'm sorry, I do. I can't help it. That's also quite seducing. What, the hum seductive voice? The hum version? I mean, again, it's basically just their more threatening voice, just slowed down and a bit more growly. They're a bard, it makes sense for them to have the potential, you know? I have been enjoying doing seductive voices lately though, it's really fun. It's funny watching people's reactions to the thing. It's quite the mommy voice. Which one? There's so many. Like, I don't know. I mean, even when I'm talking normally, I have like a bit of a growl to my voice. So like, it's already there. You know? I sound peppier to avoid it. Hums? The hum seductive voice? Yeah, I mean, it works. People like a good growl, you know? And all the others. I mean, yeah, like, it's not difficult, even if I'm just talking a bit calmer. Because if I go to the lower part of my voice, because I already speak towards the lower part of my voice. So if I speak at more of a whisper, or closer to a whisper, if I just make it a bit quieter and a bit softer, because I already have a natural growl at the end of my words, it's really not difficult, you know? It's not hard. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's drunk hum, you know? Maybe this is drunk hum. I mean, it's already kind of there. I think I've done that voice for hum actually before. I think I've done that voice. Like when they're being really threatening and their personality shifts. I think that's the voice I use anyway. Oh Lord have mercy, Navi's the god of seducing voices. I'm sorry, it's just that's just my voice. I mean, the other end of it is I can talk like this. I can go even higher if I want to as well. If I really wanted to, I could have a total anime girl voice. But my voice cracks a lot more when I do that because it's really. I speak normally towards the bottom of my range. It's really weird when I do it towards the top. There. I mean, how high can I go? I guess I can go to here? Here's pretty high. I can do up to here. That one's not too difficult. It's just a bit difficult to keep up for an extended period of time, I suppose. Because it's very different from my normal voice. And sometimes if I have a more shy character in D&D, I think Amadia had this slightly, where she'd be a bit more nervous, panicky, and a bit higher up, you know? But it wouldn't be too different from my normal voice. It's barely distinct. It's just a high, nervous version of it. I wonder if I could do a mommy voice with a high voice, actually. I wonder if I mean, kind of. I guess I can kind of. Yeah, I can kind of do it. Just a bit higher, but doing the same thing. I mean, it's a bit more whispery and I guess a bit more yandery sounding? I don't know. I don't know, it's fun to play around with my voice. I think I have a decent range for someone who hasn't actually done any proper voice training. You know? In some alternate universe, I talk like this normally. Oh dear god, the seduction is through the roof. I don't know, I do feel like this voice is a little less seductive. I mean, I guess if I do that, if I trail off at the end, that kind of makes or breaks the seductive voice. Like, seductive voices, it's a growl and a whisper. That's all it takes. It's really not difficult. And I kind of normally speak like that anyway. But like, yeah, I don't know. You beg to differ? Beg to differ on what? Apart from when it breaks? Hmm? Beg to differ on what? I mean, this voice really isn't different from my normal voice. It's just me talking calmer. I guess it's partially because the Canadian part of my accent is very similar, because it's an Ottawa accent. It's very similar to a Valley Girl accent. The higher pitched voice being seductive or not? This one? It's really. I mean, it's more of a whisper. It's, I don't know, a bit calmer. It really just, all it takes is just a bit of a calmer voice. You just need to be calm when you speak, and that kind of does it, you know? A bit of calm, a bit of a whisper, and a bit of a, a bit of a growl? Yeah, it's a growl. So I can either have complete Dommy Mommy, or, well, this one. It's just a different pitch, after all. I like that my microphone mouth tracking doesn't pick up the it doesn't pick up the higher seductive voice at all. I just noticed. Sip sip, okay. No. It's I don't know. It's kind of similar with the Valley Girl accent is a thing, because I can very easily do a Valley Girl accent because it's so close. It's so close to the Canadian side of my accent. I have almost played a D&D character with this accent, with this voice. Very close. I do have a character basically designed specifically for this voice. Very specifically, you know? Like, her name is Caitlin, except instead of the AI in the voice, she has like the Roman numerals for 8. And then she has an H at the end of her name as well for good measure. And also her name starts with a K because, you know. And also she's an orc. That's specifically the Valley Girl accent. An American accent is more... I mean, my voice is already very close to one. I get mistaken as American a lot, actually. Like, legitimately, I've been asked where I'm from so many times because my accent is so mixed. Like, an American accent is really easy to do, even if I'm not going all in on the Valley Girl accent. If I just, like, speak a bit more nasally, it already goes into it. Like, I'm not even putting on a Valley Girl accent here. This is just... This is like one notch down on my normal accent, you know? It doesn't take much. It's both a blessing and a curse. I do want to learn to do more accents. I think I can kind of do a Russian accent as well. Kind of. Valley Girl hurts, not gonna lie. That's what Valley Girl accent is meant to do. It's meant to be painful. You know? Like, it's supposed to hurt. It's supposed to make your ears bleed a little bit, you know? Like... I don't know if I'd be able to keep up a D&D character with that accent for very long, though. Is the thing. I have no idea if I'd be able to keep it up. Just because it's so goofy. I mean, it probably would be. I mean, the southern accent is also very goofy. Like, it reminds me too much of American Stupidity. That's the point! Oh my god, that does remind me, there was one time with D&D with Angel's voice, obviously. Again, she's very southern sounding. We were having an in-character argument, and at one point, I think it was who was it? I think it was one of the other players. I thought for a moment I was like, was it the jam? No, it was one of the other players who interrupted at one point and was like, "You are sounding more American the more you speak." Because like I was acting pissed off with the southern accent, so apparently that just makes it sound more southern. So I was just becoming more southern as I spoke, as I was having this in-character argument. Cause like the southern accent is really easy to do, actually. This accent specifically, because it's really ridiculous. And like I was really uncomfortable with it at first, but like after you talk with it for a while, you get kind of used to it. You know? Dude, that sounds kind of dangerous. Wow, getting more southern. I keep accidentally like shifting. Yee partner. Yeehaw. Yeah. The thing is, if I do any accent for a period of time, I will get kind of stuck in it for a bit. Or the more I'm doing an accent over a period of time, you know? So like, I have found myself talking in a southern accent more and more in my off time. Yes, and in the matter that you mentioned, you have a tendency to switch accents when switching for too long. Yeah, it like, it gets into my main accent way too easily. I don't know why. So like, when I play Viril a lot, like, there was times where I would just kind of like, because I would so easily switch into this voice because I got very good at it. Because, you know, when you're playing, you have to be able to switch very quickly between describing your actions in your normal voice and being in character. So you get very good at switching into it. And so what ended up happening, that was when I first noticed it, was I would speak in a bit more of an English accent in my off time. Like I'd be doing things and I'd just suddenly switch into an English accent and be like, wait, no, that's wrong. That's not my voice. The fuck? With the Scottish accent, which I legitimately got stuck in for a bit because my internal voice changed to a Scottish one because I was already super delirious from lack of sleep. So that probably didn't help. It went away a bit after I had a nap. But it wasn't back to normal for like a couple of days because I had gotten so used to speaking in that voice and my internal voice was Scottish. Or significantly more Scottish than it usually is. So I kept just speaking in the Scots voice, which I mean, not the worst one to switch into when you live in Scotland, but was a bit funny. Nabby had a nappy. I have a lot of nappies. I have a lot of naps. I nap a lot. More than I care to admit. I get very tired very easily. But yeah, like, after I slept a bit, it kind of went away. I think part of it was that I was a bit delirious. But like, I do tend to go into a bit more of a southern voice slightly, a little bit of a southern drawl. Occasionally now, because I speak in Angel's voice so much. So like, it's usually a bit more light like this, but yeah. And then when I played Dr. Denny, I was talking like this for a while afterwards. Which I mean, not too different. Not too different, but it was a bit funny. For a bit. Just like, I was consciously trying to speak in my normal voice. After 25 hours in that voice. So I was just like, what the fuck? If I used Hum's voice with an accent, I'd bet I'd start slipping into the accent more. Luckily with Hum doesn't use an accent. Hum just has my normal accent. It's just with the nasal sort of added in. So I don't slip into it by accident. Thank God, because that would absolutely fuck up my throat. If I started speaking like that normally, that would fuck my throat. Completely ruin it, definitely. Cause that voice is hard on my throat. Hum's voice. I'm getting used to it over time, but like it's really difficult to do for an extended period of time because it just needs so much water. It'd be funny though if Hum ended up having an accent for some reason. I mean, again, like Hum's already used a bit of an accent, like with Disguised Self. Like they went into a little bit, like for the Gaslight machine. Gaslight Hum into having an accent. I don't think I can manage that, honestly. Like, because again, I was gonna give Hum an English accent. I just couldn't keep it up with the nasally voice. I was like, I think the nasally voice is more important than the English accent. Like, it's really difficult to keep both up at the same time, you know? Really difficult. So yeah, they just speak like this, and it's barely different from my voice. It's just a bit more nasally. It's just me speaking from the back of my throat instead. I had to give them the Kamada-like voice, you know? It was more important than the English accent. The English accent didn't really fit Hum that much anyway. Although, Audrius did end up going for the English accent, so I'm like, oh, well. Well, okay. Kinda makes sense, though. But like, when Hum last used Disguise Self, like, I accidentally went into a bit more of an English accent because I'm so used to when I'm being commanding because of Virial. Because of when I was playing Virial, I go into an English accent way more naturally when I'm being commanding and intimidating like that. In a different way from Hum's usual, lower voice, calmer, more threatening. You know? It would just be like a triple whammy, I feel like. Did kind of notice that. Yeah, I wasn't meaning to do that. That wasn't intentional. I just kind of went with it because it's like, oh, well, I guess I'm doing that. Did a good job, thank you. I'm unfortunately very used to being manipulative in D&D. I've done it too much to not. And I know how to be scary. And shit, like, God, I did a lot with Virial, so I've had practice. I know the way. It's a bit harder to do with Hum because of their voice, though, because it is nasally. So have I written her eyebrows on these? No, no. Okay, I just couldn't see it because it's behind the eyes. Stop it. Or maybe I did. Yeah, I did. Damn. Rips. Oopsie. Here we go. But yeah. Voices are fun. Yeah, great practice to be quite intimidating and bossing. Yeah. I always feel really awkward when I do act bossy in D&D though. Because it's so different from my normal personality. Because like, I can be subtle. I can subtly manipulate people into doing things in D&D. It's not difficult. It's really not difficult. But being bossy, that's really upfront. Like, shit. And I was mostly doing that out of panic as well with that session. Like, I just panicked. Panicked and went with it. But I mean, Hum does have that bossier side to them, so I need to get used to doing it. Seem really instinctively though. I mean, you do things, you know. You make when you get good practice at D&D, you kind of figure out how to fake it till you make it. Yeah, I was fully panicking. When I did it, I was entirely panicking. Like that was it. I was just like, oh shit, I need to do something. Oh, I have Disguise Self, that works. And then like I was going off of that whole thing of like, if you act fully confident in something, people just won't pick up on you. So it's like, well, I'm scary as is. Let's just act as a higher up. Let's go. Like, yeah, Hum kind of naturally has that, in their personality at least, the potential to be very demanding about things, I think. They've probably had to do it a lot. Can we stop accidentally moving timelines, please? Don't appreciate it. Once again, I did great. Thank you. Yeah, you start getting good at faking it till you make it. That's like the biggest thing in D&D. Just fake it till you make it. Works half the time. If you have the rolls to go with it, great. With some DMs, they'll give you a bonus if you're really good at it as well. Like if you're trying to convince an NPC to do something, works better if you're like legitimately charming about it. Just like real life. Yeah, I mean to an extent. If you were legitimately convincing when you're trying to convince an NPC, it works better, like, a good amount of the time. Like, get super into role-playing, like, it'll work better. Oh god. Okay, that's a bit buggy looking. Whoopsie. That's not quite right. Her eyes are really difficult to draw. But yeah, like I mostly figured out how to be legitimately charismatic in D&D via playing Virial because he was like his main trait was being ridiculously charismatic. Like his main stat as a warlock was charisma, and he made use of his charisma to get out of most situations we got into. It's like I do not think of myself as a charismatic person, but boy did I learn how to fake it. Like I also learned how to lie on the spot really fucking well with that. Like, you learn to come up with really convincing arguments when you're trying to prevent your party members from figuring out that you've committed a murder. At least to the point where, like, out of character, they knew I was lying. They knew I was bullshitting, but they didn't know on what. Isn't that a bad thing? Probably! I mean, lying's a skill. Lying's a skill and it has its uses. Sometimes it's good to be able to come up with bullshit. It's great for D&D, it's great for improvisation. Just in general. So it's not inherently a bad thing. And I don't lie a lot in real life, so. Like, I mostly keep any bad behavior to D&D. Because, you know, there's social consequences in real life. A bad skill, in my opinion. I mean, improvising is good. The difference between improvising and lying is a very thin line. Like, I mean, half the time I was just being convincing. It does create a lot of fun scenarios in D&D though. I don't think lying is inherently always a bad thing. Is the thing. Like, lying can be bad, absolutely. But I don't think lying inherently is a bad skill to have. You know? Because, like, there's malicious lying, obviously. But, like, there's lying to protect people as well. Like, not all lies are bad lies, you know? That's what I think, anyway. I mean, it's good to know how to come up with shit on the spot for D&D as well. Because D&D is, of course, a lot of improvisation. So I don't keep... It's different, but then again, that's how I got raised. I mean, I didn't get raised to be a liar. I'm generally pretty honest. I think. I think sometimes I'm too honest, actually. But, like, I don't think, like, every situation where you would lie is a bad one, you know? Like, yeah, it can be used for bad things, but I don't think it's inherently a bad skill to be able to do, you know? Because, like, again, the difference between lying and acting is a very thin line. You know? And being able to lie or come up with certain things. I would argue there is such a thing as too honest. I don't know. But, I mean, there's also, like, different kinds of lying as well. As a thing. There's different kinds of lying. Like, you've obviously got, like, your blatant manipulative lies. You know, those are 90% of the time bad. But, like, there's also, like, white lies, which is just, like, it's not even lying. It's just not telling the entire truth. You know? Like, it's just, you know, there's lying by omission, which again is just omitting information. You know, I've done that a lot of lying by omission, in D&D. Is that the same as lying? Yeah, but they're different kinds of lying. It's different kinds. They're all lies, but they're different kinds, you know? Like, I think I've done quite a bit of lying by omission with Hum. I think. I've done a fair bit, I think. From what I can remember. But, like, there's also, you can use lies to do, like, good things in D&D as well. Like, you can use a lie to catch someone else out in a lie, you know? I really have. I mean, there's me lying by omission with Hum, and then there's Hum in character lying by omission. They're two very different things. Like, I don't think me lying by omission about Hum is a bad thing because I'm just not spoiling things. Especially the one about the murder on the slave butcher. Oh yeah, that was like a really good one. That was a really good lie by omission. I was actually pretty proud of that one. Just like, yeah, like, I wasn't with them in the butcher shop at the front. Not a lie, technically. Just omitting the fact that I was in the butcher shop in the back. Not with you guys. But I was pretty proud of that one. I was like, yeah, that's great. Like, I wasn't wrong. And it was convincing. Yeah. But, yeah, like, there's, like, in murder mysteries, you have it all the time where it's like, lying by omission a lot of the time for the purpose of catching someone else out in a lie, you know? That's a skill. Like, you can use that to catch someone else out, if they're doing it maliciously. Yeah. It was a good one. I was really proud of it. It's like, yeah, no, I wasn't there. I wasn't with them. You can even ask them. You know, the deception roll to go with it. Perfect. Wow. Amazing. Wonderful. Wunderbar. Fantastico. Like, I know in real life I've definitely lied by omission a few times with Hum. Out of necessity because I don't want to spoil things. I don't think that's necessarily bad lying. That's me trying to keep spoilers out. You know? So convincing that even though you almost failed the deception roll, and yet they all still fell for it. I mean, yeah. It was a good lie. It's a good fucking lie. And I didn't fail it. I succeeded it. I just almost failed it. It was a pass nonetheless. And I've let Hum get caught a few times as well with like the general. And that was just because it was funny. That was because it was funnier to get caught out there than it was to not. Almost failed. Yeah. Yeah. And what else? Yeah. Like I said, admittedly, I have definitely lied by omission to you a few times out of character for the sake of keeping things not spoiled. You know, I'd be like that. I'm trying to think of like any other times I've like distinctly lied with Hum. I mean, like there was a lot surrounding the butcher shop incident, obviously. But I'm trying to think if there's a lot of others. I'm trying to think. Yeah, like I have omitted information a lot. I have omitted a lot of information because I've had to. So I don't think Canal would be super happy if I spoiled things with Hum's story arc. You know, that would kind of take the fun out of it. With all the soul gems. Oh yeah, that was also a lie by omission. The Hum did with Killingsworth specifically. Well, it wasn't really a lie. It was just like, we'll talk about it later. Like later, and then just not saying anything. That's not technically a lie, that's just avoiding. That's just avoiding confrontation. So not necessarily a lie. I didn't necessarily lie. I just didn't quite tell the truth. Oh. That's fine. How? Just wasn't upfront about things. Hum's not upfront about a lot of things. Which is somewhat painful for me, who's like, oh, I want to, like, reveal that, but I can't. Partially because Hum wouldn't, and partially because I don't want to. Save the surprises, you know? He knows that. He's quite pissed after that from the fact he couldn't press or rather see through the bullshit. Yeah. And that's the fun thing of like, Hum doesn't necessarily have a silver tongue like Virial did, but he's got a plastic face. Like he's very good at faking a lot of things and just avoiding confrontation. They can be very confrontational, but they can also just avoid it when it's inconvenient, which is a good skill to have as well. Very funny. But also like a good one for like, that's not what we should focus on right now. We can talk about that later. Don't say. Yeah. I mean, you always have the opportunity to press more. Like, you don't have to like stop there. I mean, shit, like, there's a way you can literally force me to be honest as well. Like, you can physically force me to be honest if you have the right spell, is the thing. If you have Stone of Truth, like, you can force me to be honest, if it works, anyway. Like, you can do that. I mean, I wouldn't do it now, just because you wouldn't get much out of it, but, like, you can force me to be honest. Yeah, like, legitimately you can. In the campaign with Virial, they did it once and it failed. And then they never tried it again, which they really should have, because Virial was lying through his teeth all the time. But like, oh, have to see if you can go on. I think you can? I want to say you can. I have to look it up. I don't know off the top of my head. I have no clue. Actually. I don't know if it's in the Sorcerer spell list. It probably is. It's in a lot of spell lists. I also can't remember what kind of save it is. The Mystery of Hum is thinking me like crazy. I mean, I will say, even if you do it now, you wouldn't get a lot out of it. Like, because they still don't know most things. So you wouldn't get much out of it. But like, something to keep in mind for later. Like, that's there. And I mean, they have no plans on being entirely forthright on things. At the moment, at least. They're not an upfront person. Sun and Truth was a spell. Zone of Truth. It physically forces people to tell the truth. If they fail to save, of course. If they don't fail to save, then, you know, no dice. That's just how it works. There, okay, here we go. Fucking lost it again. Jesus. Yeah, it should be second level, I believe? It's a second level spell. So you should probably already be able to take it at level 4. I think. Bard, Cleric, and Paladin. Oh, oof. Well, that sucks that I am the only one who's currently able to. But you know. RIP. It'd be like that sometimes. I mean, there's probably other things you could do to do it though. You could probably use suggestion if you word it right. Time to build multi-class into a pyromaniac bard. I mean, I wouldn't recommend it at the current level. Wait until like level 7. That's a good time to multi-class. If you're gonna multi-class. You know? Because you get all your main skills by level 6, pretty much, for your main class, so the best time to multi-class is level 7. Stone of Truth. I mean, again, like, it wouldn't be very useful right now. Like, I'm not lying when I say that. It really wouldn't be that useful at the moment if you're just using it for hum. You also need to know the right questions to ask, even if you do use it. What's the save for it again? I can't remember if it's charisma or wisdom. Or is it intelligence? No, I think it's either wisdom or charisma, but I can't remember. So you can't be direct? You can be direct. You just need to know like what questions to ask, because like Zone of Truth is just like, it makes me honest, but like if you're asking questions that have nothing to do with anything, like it's not gonna help you. Charisma. Oof. Yeah, then you'd have a tough time getting it to work. It's not necessarily useless, but like I am more likely to pass the save than I am to fail it, you know? Unless you have a very high spell DC. Why can't I? Excuse me. Hello? Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, this is really annoying. Okay, my fucking tablet's being weird. Hold on. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Let me pause this real quick. But yeah, it's not necessarily useless. It's just that I'm more likely to pass the save than I am to not. But like, you can still give it a try. Again, you would need to know the right things to ask to make use of it. Also, just multi-classing into Bard wouldn't necessarily get you it at the moment. You'd need a couple levels into Bard, actually. Thinking about it. I think that's how it works. I don't know. I have not done a whole lot of multi-classing. Okay. You know. Yeah, I just read about it and I see why. Yeah. Like, it's not super helpful if you don't know what you're trying to ask. Damn loopholes. I mean, shit, the other option is getting Hum drunk and hoping they drop shit. Or just stealing their diary. They have that. They have their journal thingy. They're plenty honest in there. You just, again, wouldn't get very much out of that at the moment. But, like, it's there. You can try that. Or do both. Get Hum drunk and steal their notebook. Double whammy. Here's the thing, though. Hum is very perceptive. They are fucking not. They are not perceptive. The fuck? They are not at all perceptive. Their passive is like 11. That's not good at all. That's shit. They have a negative wisdom. They only have any perception at all because of they are technically proficient, but they don't. The proficiency only helps stop it from going into the negatives, man. They are not perceptive at all. They spent the entire first session not being perceptive. They're perceptive whenever necessary. That's just luck of the dice. That would happen with anyone. Like, you can always try and find someone who's more dexterous. Like, time I tried to eavesdrop on your combo. Yeah, that was intensely lucky. That was just luck. And funny. Mostly. But, like, again, that was purely luck. They're not inherently perceptive at all. Okay, my first part's kind of getting there. Still a little bit. That tail's a fucking nightmare, though. Oh my god. I do have something I want to animate with Hum specifically as well. I do have an audio that I want to do that with. But I don't know. Again, Hum's perceptive when necessary, no matter the luck of the dice. Roll20 does seem to just like Hum more so than other characters I have for some reason. Roll20 is just like, hey, yeah, you want this? Yeah, sure. Like, go off. Yeah, there's an audio I really want to animate with Hum. I wasn't initially gonna do it like super soon because at the time I found the audio, it was before Hum had kind of revealed the menacing side of themselves. But at this point I feel like it's free game, where some, I don't know if you've heard this TikTok, but you're talking a lot of shit for someone with 2 perfectly working eyeballs, each going for about $780 on the black market. Something like that. $765 on the black market, something like that. Don't know. I don't remember the exact. But I think it's really fucking funny. And it's very Hum. It's very Hum intimidating. I don't have the sound actively. Yeah, that one. But I do want to animate Hum to that. I think it's really funny. Like proper animation, lip synced. Rather than just... It's very Hum. It's just very Hum. Super Hum. And even more so, very their previous self before memory loss. Even more so. I don't know if I want to continue this tonight. It's getting kind of late. Who's he going to say it to? Who knows? Doesn't matter. I mean, if it's someone talking shit, I mean, might be ignored, but I don't think it would matter because I probably wouldn't have them in frame because it would just be I don't want to animate two characters. I don't want to lip sync two characters. No. It would probably just be like this same one, like this sort of format with Idelia here. No, just hum. Although I don't know if it would be in their current hum main outfit or their other one, the one that I showed last session. That's their that's the outfit they woke up in, to be clear. The one they briefly changed into. They woke up in that outfit. I don't think there's much of a point in hiding that. That's definitely the one they woke up in. I don't know if it would be in their main outfit or in that one. I feel like it would probably be in that one. Probably. I don't know. Might be more difficult though, because their hair in that one is slightly harder. Probably slightly more annoying. Actually, would it be more or less annoying? I don't know, actually. I don't know. You've been wondering. How come you don't color my animations? Cause I don't fucking want to. I don't line them a lot of the time. I'm more of a keyframer than an in-betweener or a cleanup artist. I am not a cleanup artist. I fucking hate cleanup. If I have an animation that's simple enough that I have cleaned up, I will usually color it then. But most of the time I don't clean up, so I don't color it. Because if I don't clean it up, it's gonna be way more annoying to color. It's just simply I don't want to. With the animatics is again because I don't want to clean it up. I don't want to clean it up, so I don't color it. I have done it a couple of times. It took way longer than it was worth. Essentially. I'm just not a cleanup animator. I just am not. I'll do it if I have to, but I don't like doing it, so I don't. In my personal animations most of the time. I've done it a few times. Don't really want to. I don't want to with like super complex ones like this one, because that's just way too much to clean up, you know? It's just too much. So that's gonna be God knows how many fucking frames. It's up to 132, but on 2, so that's like like 65, 66. Sip sip. Thank you. I actually really need to go to the bathroom now. It's also getting late as well, so I might wrap up stream soon. My mouth's still dry. That was not enough of a sip sip. I have drank over half of this bottle during the stream. This is a big fucking bottle too. No wonder. No wonder. Yeah, so it is closing in on 1 AM. I don't know if I want to start another frame. I don't think I do. Unless it's like a really simple one. That's kind of a simple one. I could do this in between. 109 S. Sound. Especially in this heat. It's actually not like too warm. We've only gotten like the heat wave here in Scotland like the past couple of days. And it's not that bad inside. It's actually better inside than it is outside. Like it's a bit warm, but it's not that bad. It's mostly just stuffy and what's the word? Humid. It's mostly just stuffy and humid. So it's not actually that bad unless you're outside. Only the heat wave. England got it much worse. We have not had super high temperatures up in Scotland. Like the highest it's been is like in the 20s, which isn't too bad. Like most of it is just the humidity. And even that, I've had worse. Like, I can still wear, like, long sleeve stuff in this heat, you know? It's not that bad. Yeah, it's been very lucky. Also, I have not been going outside very much. I went out yesterday, and that was pretty bad, but that was mostly just because I was on a bus in the heat and the humidity, and that was already pretty bad with a mask, because I get travel sick. My switching weather. I mean, I'm not enthusiastic for it to get warmer. I'm not asking. Although it is actually nice to be kind of warm here, because it's always so shit weather-wise. It's always cold. And even like with when it is warmer, we still usually have a breeze, which helps it feel cooler. You know, unless it's super humid. Then it's a bitch. And then it just kind of sucks. It's not even as warm, it's just humid. I don't like humidity. You want that? I mean, it is what it is. It's just mostly rainy here. Yeah, I like, slightly chilly weather. I like middle ground sort of weather, mostly. So like, I'm usually fine with it. Like, I like a little bit of a breeze while it's also somewhat nice out, but I don't like it being too warm or too cold. But especially not too warm, because then I start getting headaches. I get headaches if it's too warm. Or I faint. Either or. Both. Depending on circumstances. Like, when I went out yesterday, I had a headache all day afterwards because I get, pressure headaches. I get pressure headaches. I think coolness rain normally goes. I don't like rain cold. I don't hate rain, but I don't like being out in it, you know? Mostly because most of the time if it's raining here, it's also fucking freezing. We don't get warm rain. I've experienced warm rain maybe once, and it was when I was in Canada, and it really freaked me out. I was really confused, because I was like, what? What the fuck is this? What? Because it was Canadian summer, so it was really warm, which is fine. Not too bad in Canada because it's not super humid. But it was raining, which did make it humid. But also the rain was warm, and that confused me because here, when it's raining, the rain is cold. It's cold rain, no matter the weather. It's cold. So I was really confused when I was getting rained on. I was like, this isn't so bad actually. Wait, why is the water warm? What? What is this? What? I was very confused. So I was just like, oh, we don't have that here. I also remember the last time I was in Canada, I saw a wasp that we don't have here, which funnily enough was, at the time, I was like just going into advanced higher art, and I was doing like an animation concept. I was doing concept art for an animation for it, and one of my characters was based off of a very specific kind of wasp. I can't remember what that wasp was called, but we don't have them here in Scotland. And what I didn't know was that they do in fact have it in Canada. So I got very confused when I was just chilling. I was outside chilling under like a gazebo because it was warm and I burn. I am pasty white. I burn. And I don't think I had put sunscreen on, so I was just like drawing underneath a shade. And there was like a wasp, and I'm not super great with bugs. I am slightly scared of them. Just a bit. Not too badly, but I don't like them coming near me. You know? That kind of fear. We can exist in the same space as long as they stay at least 5 feet away from me. You know? But like this wasp like came, and it was just like in front of me. I was like, Wait, what the fuck? And this type of wasp was like, it was like a friendlier kind of wasp, this specific kind. I can't for the life of me remember what it's called. They have like a separated torso, basically. Like their stinger is separated from their body on like a tube sort of thing. I don't know what they're called. But like this kind of wasp is like generally friendlier than the kind we have here. So it was like chill, but they look fucking terrifying. A wasp that isn't an asshole, what? Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, not that they went, yeah, I know, Automod, right? I don't know why it's so uptight. I have it like on a pretty low setting as well, so I don't know what's up with that. But it's not like it's like they're less aggressive than a lot of other wasp species, basically. So I wasn't like worried about it being near me. I mean, I still didn't want it near me, but that was more on principle. I think it actually specifically landed on my hand or something. Better keep it family friendly, you know? I'm not family friendly. Is the thing. I think I just have it set because of the hate raids. But even then, it catches such a random thing sometimes where I'm like, you're on like the lowest settings, the fuck? Chill. Like, it's fine, Automods. What? But yeah. So it mostly just caught me by surprise when it happened, where I was like, what the? You have it here? What? I didn't think they existed here. I thought they would exist in like Australia, because they looked like Australia sort of things. Don't understand hate raids. They're just trying to be annoying. And because I have like LGBT tags, I figure I'm probably at slight risk. I haven't had one yet, luckily. I've been lucky in that regard. But yeah, it's people just trying to be annoying. They're just trying to be a dick. They're also trying to get a reason to respond. Huge and dangerous? I mean, they were pretty big. They look scarier than they actually are, this kind of wasp. So like, I looked at it and was like, ah, yeah, that looks like an Australia sort of creature to have. That looks like an Australia-themed insect. No, apparently it's, Northern America. They're in. I don't know where else they are. But apparently, Canada is one of the places that they are. I'm like, oh, okay. Caught me a bit by surprise, where I was like, oh. But yeah. Because I didn't remember those the last time I was there, which, to be fair, was a lot younger, so I don't really remember at all. But, yeah. Spooked me when I initially saw it. I was like, what the fuck? But it did calm down when I realized that it was like, oh, it's this wasp I've been researching anyway. Whatever. Okay, sure. Chill. 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 I mean, again, I'm mostly just like a, as long as it doesn't touch me, sort of, bug person. Don't like bugs, but like, you know, they can exist in my vicinity. Sure. Sure. I can look at bugs, fine. I just don't want them to touch me. Very simple. I feel like that's a pretty common form of quote-unquote fear of bugs. I'm not sure I would even call it fear, necessarily. I just don't particularly love them. But they're chill, you know? I think some of them look pretty. do remember, it does remind me, when I used to work in a hospital, a private hospital as a, housekeeper. And, there was one time where I was cleaning, a reception area. It was more of an office area. Many spiders can't be in my overall vicinity, especially nicely. Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, I was cleaning and there was a spider on the wall. And I was like, well, shit. Well, I don't want to leave you here. So I'll try and take you out. But I didn't have a glass on me. And I couldn't, like, grab a glass because I wasn't, working on rooms. So I had no glass. Because I don't like killing bugs. I prefer to just put them outside, you know? Like, I just don't like killing them. It feels wrong. Most of the time. But, yeah, so, like, I tried to pick it up on a paper towel, and obviously, it started moving. And so what happened was I just ended up yeeting it. And I didn't know where it went. I was like, well, there goes that. That's somewhere. Sure, okay. I've just thrown a spider somewhere and I don't know where it went. Okay. Cool. This is on the same day. There was like a small like spider infestation or something going on that day. Cause I think that same day I had like earlier in the day been cleaning rooms and I'd found and taken 2 spiders out of rooms that day. And the person I was working with, they were just like, just kill them. I was like, no, I don't wanna. Like, I'll just, like, take it downstairs real quick. Like, I can trap it in a glass and just take it downstairs. Why wouldn't I do that? It takes, like, 2 minutes. Like, I mean, I would've just yeeted it out the windows, but the windows don't open wide enough because hospital, you know. So, like, I'll just walk downstairs and take it to the front entrance. Like, it's easier. Because again, don't like killing bugs, just in general. It just feels wrong, man. It just feels wrong. If that was me, I would have either found a long-ass object to smash or quit and never go there again. I mean, at least for me, like, I mean, I wouldn't pick a job that worked with spiders excessively, I don't think. Although, I mean, bigger spiders I could probably deal with, but smaller ones I don't like. So I am a little bit arachnophobic. Not like super bad, it's more like it's the speedy ones really that freak me out out of all of them. But like I can deal with them. Like I'm not so scared that I can't cope with them, you know. I'm not gonna have like a panic attack around a teeny little spider. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, no thanks. I'm good. Can't deal with any of them. That's fair. I mean, I get it. I don't know. I think part of it is I'm used to spiders to some extent because, the house I grew up in would have a lot of house spiders, so, you know, we just take them out with a spider vacuum. We had a spider vacuum. We just suck them up. It was really easy. Although, I'm fairly fine with house spiders at this point. I mean, again, like, if they're just there, like, I can take them out just fine. Like, I don't have an issue with that. I just don't want them on me, you know? I feel like that's fairly reasonable. And a bigger spider I could probably deal with fine. Like, I'm less, like, weirdly enough, I'm less freaked out by stuff like tarantulas. Like, to some extent, I actually find tarantulas kind of, I don't know if I call them cute. Some of them are kind of cute. But, like, they're neat, I guess. Like, not super huge fans of them. Probably wouldn't want one as a pet, but, like, they're chill. You know? Like, I could probably do, like, a tarantula holding thing. Probably. I could probably cope with that. roughly. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know, I'm not scared by a lot of things visually is a thing. Like, visual stuff, says the one who literally snatched one and stuffed it in their purse. I mean, that was a hum move, you know? I can cope with a fictional spider. The hum would definitely be like, ah, yeah, I'll have a pet spider, sure. Like, it just felt very in character. But you know, not for me personally. I wouldn't personally want one. If I was gonna have any kind of what's a bird? I'd say exotic, but like I technically already have what's considered an exotic pet, because I have a budgie. And that's technically considered exotic in some places. But like, if I had like a creepy crawly sort of pet, like I'd go for a snake. I like snakes. Snakes are cool. I almost got a snake actually. When I moved in here. I actually nearly got a snake. And I didn't because I got a budgie and I was like, oh, I'm not getting a snake because that's just a risk. That's just a risk at that point. Because, snakes are known for being escape artists. Dumb escape artists, but escape artists nonetheless, and I wasn't gonna risk that. With a small pet bird. Every world, I don't want them near me. Understandable. I don't know. When I'm, like, playing D&D, I can kind of put aside, like, real world fears and stuff, because I'm being characters. Snakes are neat. I don't understand how people can find snakes scary, because I think they just look goofy. I think they're just kind of dumbasses, you know? Because they are dumbasses. They're not very smart. Like, I don't watch so many anymore, but I used to watch a lot of snake videos, because I think they're neat. You know? I would totally get a snake if I didn't have an animal that would actively be at risk of one from one getting free, you know? Like, my brother is terrified of them. I don't know, I don't think they're scary, because like, you look at their face and there's not a single brain cell in those eyes, you know? You just look at them, there's nothing there. The lights are on, but no one is home, and that's like every single snake. Even the, like, the scary ones look like that. Hognoses especially. I fucking love hognoses, even though I don't get it with them. It's kind of understandable if you change the animal to a spider. I mean, spiders I can get, because spiders are, similar to insects, and insects are understandable. I get it. And I mean, if it was a wild snake, I probably wouldn't want it to touch me either, because I don't know. Like, it's probably fine as long as I'm not being a dumbass and, like, actively trying to pick up a random snake I find. But, like, you know, I probably wouldn't pick up a random snake I found in the wild, you know, if I didn't know exactly what it was. Just in case. But I don't know. I just think the snakes look too stupid to be scary. There's just... I mean, the ones that will, like, actually fuck you up. Those I can understand. Like cobras and stuff, like, that I can get. All I see are soulless beings that have no remorse whatsoever and only want to hurt anything they find. Some could say the same with spiders. I mean, I don't know. I don't think spiders, like, want to hurt anything. It's usually self-defense. It's the same with scorpions. Like, I wouldn't pick up a scorpion. I don't think I'd want one as a pet. But I think they look cool. I think they're chill. And I mean, like, logically, I know that they're only gonna sting me if they feel threatened, you know? Or if they think I'm food. Which they're usually not going to unless you're really dumb about feeding them. You know? Like, just don't put your hands out when they're eating. Same logic with snakes, you know? Like, it's the same with spiders as well. Like, spiders are usually not gonna bite you, and even if it is like a poisonous spider and they're like super aggressive, it's quite difficult to die from a spider bite. Like, even the ones that are really poisonous, like, you'd have to be ridiculously dumb to end up dying from it, you know? Like, it is rare to die from a spider bite. You know? You're more likely to die from a bite from a raccoon, I'm pretty sure. You're more likely to die from a dog bite. Shit. So, I don't know. Like, I don't like insects, but it's more just that I don't want... It's not that I don't know. It's weird, because it's not that I'm scared of them as a concept. I'm not scared of insects as a concept. I'm uncomfortable by the feeling of them touching me. Like, I don't like their legs touching me. It's more of a sensational thing than anything. Like, it's less that I don't like insects and spiders and stuff. I'm more that I don't like the sensation, and I don't want them to touch me. Which is, I suppose, how I can be chill about them being in my vicinity. Because it's like, as long as they don't touch me, we're chill. We're cool. I'm fine with that. Like, I'll probably want you out to my house by 6 a.m., but... like, we don't have to fight. I don't have to kill them, you know? They can exist. Like, I'm chill with it. Yeah. I remember a few years ago, I was just, like, thinking about it, because, like... I was just, like, thinking about hognoses and just kind of, like, how can people think these things are scary? Because if you've ever seen the face of a hognose is, like, the most peak, no thoughts, head empty animal. Like, they're just not... The lights are on and no one is home. Like, you look at them and you see that. They also have puppy faces. They're really cute, and I love them. But, like... Hognose spiders. Yeah, they're the ones with, like, the little squished up noses. They're really cute. They're like, the second most common next to ball pythons, I think. They're fairly common as far as pet snakes go. They have, like, little squished up puppy faces, and they're really cute. And they're really dumb. Like, they're just... Like, the biggest issue you'll have with a hognose is that that it just doesn't want to eat, because they're picky eaters. I did nearly get a hognose. They're really cute. I love them. I still really want to have a pet snake at some point, just not at the moment, given, small birds, very edible for snake. Very prey animal sized. Don't want to risk it. I'd get a gecko though. I'd be chill with a gecko or something. Oh, those are cute. I like them. I love them. they vibe. Just they're simply snakes just in general. Just they're very dumb. I love them. Like, I can understand how people can be afraid of something like a cobra or what's it called, like a black mamba, because, you know, those can actually harm you. Those actually try to strike you, and they're big. Yeah, hognoses are really cute. They're babies. They're just little guys. There's also I have a video downloaded from TikTok, which is really funny. It was like Pink Snake, where it was like an owner was just she was handling her snake. I don't know what kind of snake it was. I think it might have been a hognose. But I'm not sure because I couldn't really see it. It wasn't really the focus of the video. She was like filming something else, so she had the camera going already. And basically she was like, okay, I need to tie up my hair. Just, like, I'm gonna put you on the table for a moment. Just don't kill yourself. Literally the only thing she asked this snake to do. Immediately, she turns around to put her hair up. She leans over, and the snake falls off the table. Because it just, the way it unraveled, it just, like, too much of its gravity just went off the table all at once, so it just fell. It was like a whole thing of, like, you had one job. Like, your one job was to not kill yourself, and you go and immediately fall off the table after 2 seconds. They're not smart. They are not smart at all. I love them. Just half the time they can't aim at their food correctly. Come on. Like, the only reason these things survive in the wild is just because they can go so long without eating. That's it. That's the only reason. Like, they're opportunistic feeders, but like, the only reason they survive the wild is just because. Wait, who did that? I don't know. I don't think I follow them on TikTok. I just saw the video and thought it was funny, so I downloaded it. So it was just peak snake behavior. Peak snake dumbassery. It was really funny. Like, just one job. One job was all you had. They're just dumb. I love them. Peak snack is best snack. Yes. Okay, I think I'm gonna finish up for tonight because. Oh wait. Actually, I did this wrong. Because I forgot to actually. Oh wait, no. Not this one. 9. This works. The lip sync part. I forgot about the lip sync part. Take another sip. 1 a.m. sip is best sip. Oh shit, it is 1 a.m. Yeah, I should probably finish up. And good thing I just finished this. Huh. Good timing. Good timing. Oh. What if I accidentally? There you go. There you are. There's so many. Oh my god, there's so many frames. Well, we're getting there. We're getting there. Yeah, chill. Getting somewhere. Slowly but surely. But yeah, I'm gonna finish up now because I am tired and I need to go to the bathroom and I need to sleep as well. That's also probably something I should do. So yeah. Thank you for coming. If you came for a little bit or a lot of it, either way, I appreciate it. That was a cough, not a sneeze. I have a awful chronic cough. It just sounds like that. It's deceptive, I know. But yeah, if you came for a little bit or a lot of it, either way, I appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know when I'm gonna next stream, but I'm gonna try and do it a bit more now. I'm gonna try and get back into it. I'm doing my best. I'm trying for better, for worse. You know. So yeah, hopefully Hopefully I'll get back to it. You know, chill. Anyway, good night. Buonanotte. Bye bye.